Alright everybody, we're in the gate for the 4th round of the MPH series. As you can see, this is the main event and we're dropping the gate. So we get a terrible jump and we go far, far inside, barely avoid that rider that's flying across the track. And yeah, as you can see, this is the main event. I don't have footage of the heat race this week because for some reason it didn't save the demo. But spoiler alert for that, it was not a good heat race. I had to go to the LCQ because I was just riding terrible. In the heat race, for some reason, I was just doing really, really terrible. Like, I could not flow on the bike at all. And then I realized, before I went into the LCQ, that I was not on my proper setup. I did the beach race, if you saw that video, and I went to go put on my 250 setup again, and I accidentally overwrote my main 250 setup. So I had to dig and find the base setup that I had for this, and then I realized that some of my settings were not right. I was not stable in the corners at all, and managed to get second place in the LCQ, was battling to the corner for the first place in the LCQ, but I didn't get it. But that doesn't matter, we're in the main event. Wasn't that exciting to watch anyway, to the heat race that was, and the LCQ. So now we just have the main event. So I actually got a good start. I'm sitting here in 6th place. We crossed the finish line going on to lap 2 in the top 10. That's exactly what I needed. Let's hope I don't blow it. So this track was, once again, a little goofy. I kind of said that for the last Supercross track, but there's just one section that I did not care for at all, and we'll get up to it here in a second. Gnarly whoops, but these were fun whoops this week. They were a little big, but they were actually fun, not too crazy. Didn't go into them high speed. So coming after this Supercross triple, we go into this 90-degree corner into a Dragon's Back table over or jump onto the table. The fast line was table over, but it was very sketchy. As you can see, I completely missed it and had to bobble the rest of the line and got landed on. So now we're going to do a double, and we're supposed to triple, but we got the double, and for some reason, I decided, you know what, let's try to get the table on after messing up that section. So there we go, we just blew our good start. We get up in 11th, and now we're having to deal with all the other traffic. So yeah, blew a really good start, and I had a good race going for me, but, you know, just had to blow it. So as we're going for the pass for 10th, a guy's getting up in the corner, and I decided to dive in his inside, and we collide. So it's not smart riding by me. I should have let up a little bit more, and maybe he shouldn't have gone across the corner like that, but it's all racing. Here we go. Again, we're going into this crazy Dragon's Back section, and we actually get it, overjump it a little bit, and have to avoid two guys exploding in the rhythm section. And now we're back up into P8 on lap 3. So I noticed back watching this demo again, I realized, wow, I look way more stable than last race, which was round 3 of this. And I just noticed I look a little bit better in the corners, a little bit better on the throttle, and just overall riding a little bit more consistent. I mean, we're sitting in 8th, and we already blew a good start, but trust me, I felt way better this race than the last week, and it's kind of showing right now. So there we go, 7th explodes off the side of the track, and we're just trying to put in clean laps here. But yeah, touching back on my riding here, I noticed that I was scrubbing a little bit better, staying lower and soaking up these jumps better than I usually do, and it just, I don't know what it was. I just felt like I had a flow during this race. And as we get into 6th place, we're gonna hit the whoops again, and man, I just felt good in these whoops. I don't know what it was. Just a good whoop section for me. a little disclaimer, the fifth round of this series already happened as the time I'm recording this. It was a Triple Crown race, and when I went to go name my demos, just like how I didn't get the heat race and the LCQ, I didn't get the first and second main event recorded. So unfortunately, I don't really have much to show for the fifth round of this series. So I don't think I'll make a video for that. So the next video coming out would probably be either the, I believe would be the sixth round of this, yeah, sixth round of this, or the Gotland Grand National that I'm looking forward to. Both those haven't started yet as I've recorded this, but whichever one comes up first should be a good race. Hopefully a good race. So not much to talk about, just riding consistent laps. I'm not going down in every single corner or lap this race. Just overall riding pretty decent. So we're gaining time. The rider was down, so I go up to 5th place, and definitely meeting my goals from last race. I said I wanted to be inside the top 5 in this series, and so far I'm doing that. And, I mean, now I'm starting to blow it, but as you can see, 4th place is down there, so I go up into 4th, and 3rd is just right in front of me, and he messes up the rhythm section as well. So I'm up to 3rd place, and let's see if I blow it, like I tend to do. This little rhythm section was fun because you didn't have to go all out for a smooth line there. You could do the triple-double, but I kept doing double-double-triple. It just felt better, and I don't think it was that much slower, and it was just kind of fun to soak it up. So, for some reason I didn't give enough throttle and seat bounce there, and of course, when I said, do I blow it? Yep, I blow it, because that's just who I am. So I get up in 7th, but get back up to 6th, getting sideways going into that corner, not making it easy on myself, but didn't lose too much time because 3rd is still just right there, so I wasn't sweating it too much. Sure, it was frustrating, but I wasn't too concerned. You just don't want to blow it anymore, but there you go. I blow it again because that section was goofy. I got a little bit of a bounce going off the dragon's back, and now is when the frustration sets in. So we're back here in 9th now, so how to go from 3rd to 9th in one lap, 101 with me. But looking back on the footage here, I'm still not too disappointed because I just look smooth than normal. Smoother than normal. So we have a good little battle with number 317 there. 2 corners ago, I thought he was going to run it in my inside, but he didn't. You know, I was just kind of expect that from people in sim these days, but he didn't do it, so props to you, buddy. So now, in this section, I decide, you know, it's probably just safe to go up the dragon's back and land onto the table instead of going over it. But then it felt goofy because I was not practicing that at all. So it was really hard to teach myself to back down on the dragon's back and get onto that table. But we're back up to 7th here as we split up the corner. Just trying to catch back up to that group. I know I'm faster than these guys, just trying not to get those, or trying to keep those bobbles to a minimum there. And doing a pretty terrible job of that. So I slide in that corner, re-enter the track, and then number 44 slides going up this little roller, and I ran into him, so now I lost a couple more spots. So we're back behind number 317 again. I know I'm a little bit faster, getting a little impatient because I know I need to make it happen now. There's only a few minutes left in the race, and there we go. I was just saying how I felt good in those whoops, and I just went right around number 317. It just looked smooth, just felt smooth in those whoops. even with the dragons back there, it looked a little smooth, but a little bit over jumping the going onto the table. But yeah, the overall feel of this track, some sections felt really stretched out for the 250, and then some sections were just really, really tight. Like that, the two main rhythm sections, they just felt a little small, and you just really had to soak up those jumps. I mean, there's nothing wrong with a track like that. It was just a little goofy to me. So as we skip ahead, we're just chilling in 8th place. 7th's a little far ahead, and we only got a couple laps left on the race. I was just trying to get up to at least 7th, even though I was 7 seconds behind. Oh, and then of course, 1 minute left on the race, I dump it, going over that table. So we get up in 9th again. So he messes up the corner, flies off the track, and just go right around him on the triple. And at this point, 7th's too far ahead, so let's just try to keep it in 8th, but we're making that pretty difficult. I like how I said, you know, I felt really good, and I looked like I had a flow going, but I was still making those little bit of mistakes. So then right here, going on to 2 laps to go, Lapper joins the track in front of me, but he didn't touch me. I ended up just messing the rut a little bit, so even though it was a bad track re-entry, that was all me messing up there. So we're just chilling in 9th place, and I think that's about it. Yeah, we're 8 seconds down, only a lap and a half to go. We end up finishing in 9th in this race, so not that top 5 that I wanted, but we had the pace too. We were up to 3rd at one point. We just had those couple of unfortunate crashes, but overall, just looking back, my riding style just looked smooth. Yeah, so next video, whenever that comes out, it should either be the Gotland Grand National or the 6th round of this series. Hopefully we can get that top 5. So just finishing off this lap, usually whenever I'm not really in striking distance for a position, I decide, you know what, let's just try to make the last lap count. Let's go for a heater, and I don't think this happens because even though I said we were doing good in the whoops, I got a little too excited, 4th gear, slipped, and just exploded. So the race finished. Leaders weren't that far ahead, even though I finished 9th, so everybody was kind of close, and I think everybody was having their mistakes on that rhythm section there. So I think if we didn't have a couple of those crashes, we would have been up there, maybe for a podium. So yeah, a short little race here, just the main event, and there's nothing else much to say, so I'll see you in the next video.